All right, welcome back to Beyond the Field's Myth or Fact. We're dealing with player development. Player development is defined as the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programs and initiatives. And today's Myth or Fact says player development only happens outside practice. Ooh, that is a good one. Player development only happens outside of practice. And I'm looking at my board, and if anybody knows me, that is a myth. Big myth. Player development, like I said, once again, one core tenet of it is relationship building, right? And you're enhancing the athlete experience. So if I'm going to enhance the athlete experience, part of this athlete's experience is practice. So I used to show up at lifts. I was there at practice. I was there at individual drills. I'm hyping the players up. I'm talking to them. I'm encouraging them during breaks. Hey, man, I see you doing a great job, right? Because I needed, they're here to play football in my role. You know, I was at the University of Houston, University of Kansas, and Baylor University for their football team. They're here to play football. And so I need to be a part of that. I need to be a part of their experience, right? So if I'm going to enhance the athlete experience, right, I can't take the athlete part away and just say experience, right? So there is a playing part. So player development does happen and can happen inside of practice. What does that look like? For me, I'll never forget, there was a young man when I was at the University of Houston. His dad was going to school with him at the same time. And the young man that grew, and it was kind of like him and his dad were both freshmen. And so there was kind of like this weird transition of like, hey, you're my dad, I'm also an adult, blah, 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 blah. And so he was having some troubles academically. He was having some troubles getting socially, some different things there. And so what did I do? I stretched with him every single day. Sat there in the stretch line. Now I'm stiff as bricks, but I was in the stretch line with him, right? Every single day, just talking to him about, hey man, how's your day going? How's everything going? Man, what we do about that? How was that class? What we doing here? Hey man, I saw you at programming. What'd you think about the programming, right? Hey, I see you growing. I see you maturing, man. You're doing good, right? That's player development. Every single day. I did that for about 2 months, and the kid, his grades went up, right? Because I wasn't like, well, I'm gonna talk to him outside of practice. He's at practice. No, I'm going to him right now. Right now. Now, with that said, I'm not going to jump in nobody, no coach's individual drill. I'm not going to pull anybody out of drills. I have been a coach. I was a high school coach before I got into it, so I understand the importance of practice. But there are transition periods. There's times when players get into skirmishes. It's football, right? And I get a chance to go walk with them, and we talk about the things we learn. Hey, let's talk about de-escalation. Let's talk about this. Like, let's talk about how do we want to be perceived, excuse me. Let's talk about our mental. Let's breathe. Let's talk about all these different things, right? So it was proponent. There were times I was in my office having to get some stuff done, and I was going to come late, and people were like, hey, man, where you at? Where you at? Where you at, right? Because they knew the value I could bring during practice. I hype these guys up, right? The stretch, if you're doing it, get in stretch line. I would get in stretch line, do the whole jumping jacks, the run, do drills, and let's go, toe the line, no, pass two, whatever, you're there, right? Because they're seeing you not only as a person who cares about them off the field, but also their performance on the field, right? Because you're caring for the entirety of the athlete. So that's a myth. That's a myth. If you think player development only happens outside of practice, to me, you are wrong, right? There's a lot of great opportunities during practice. Walking to practice is a big one. Walking away from practice, hydration breaks during practice. I would give hydration. Hey, here's this. We were in the Texas sun. I would give, we had water, bananas, fruit, watermelon here. Boom. Hey, here you go. Hey, man, how you been, man? Remember last time we talked about that? Did you ever finish that resume? Cool. Like, man, how do you feel finish it, right? Just little stuff, small talk. They talking about other stuff anyway, right? So it can happen during practice. So share this with anybody who needs to do this. And myth or fact, if you have any ones you want to learn about, please send them in. Thank you so much for being here.